Hey everybody, it's Dana with CoachDanaInspires.com, and we are excited that you're here today for some business inspiration. For those of you who may not know who I am a coach for women entrepreneurs. I help them find their value. I help them pinpoint their perfect client, and then I help them do their best coaching ever so they can change people's lives. But today, it's not about me. It is about our guest, and that is Lauren. Lauren Schieffer is a certified speaking professional, and she is the Colonel's daughter, and we are going to hear more about that today. And she is a fantastic coach, speaker. So, Lauren, how are you today? We're so glad you're here.
Dana, I am so excited to be here. Thank you very much. I'm honored that you asked me. I am well.
Super. How's the family? Everybody doing okay?
We are doing good. You know, everyone's healthy and that is wonderful, and everyone is employed and that is wonderful. And um blessings beyond that are just that. They're gravy, they're blessings.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So tell me about your brand, the Colonel's Daughter. I have a funny feeling that I have an idea, but let's help our viewers understand the Colonel's Daughter. Tell me about that.
Well, I am indeed the Colonel's daughter. My father was a lieutenant colonel in the United States Air Force.
Thank you for his service.
Oh, you know, actually, thank you for that, because lots of people don't understand that families of service members serve.
Yep.
And my father put 38 years into the United States Air Force. And my whole life, he has taught me leadership. And after he passed, I kept hearing his voice in the back of my head. Just about everything that I teach, which is really close, just about everything that I teach, I learned from my dad. And so when I was branding myself and working with a professional branding coach that I respected a great deal, she kept asking me where all of my material had come from. And I said, my dad. And then finally she said, Lauren, what are you not seeing? I said, I don't know. What am I not seeing? She said, you are the Colonel's daughter. I said, well, yes, I am the Colonel's daughter. Oh my goodness, I am the Colonel's daughter. And the brand came together in like 3 days. Within 24 hours, we had designed the logo that is behind me.
I love it.
And it's my brand for life, because it's the first time that the brand and the message and the human being are in 100% alignment.
Isn't that great? Well, I love it. I love the story. I like what's behind it. And, you know, when I pray, I pray for the military and I pray for the families, because families, the folks couldn't do their job if the families weren't behind them. So again, editorial comment, sorry everybody, but there you have it. Okay, back to biz. Here we go. So you talk to people all the time. You have clients. You talk to other people in the business. What do you hear from them? How are they feeling? Are they feeling optimistic? Are they still pessimistic? We're now over a year into this COVID thing. Things are changing a little bit. What are you hearing out there?
I actually am hearing quite a bit of optimism. We're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Some people are still worried it's a train, but most people think not. And I'm also hearing a shift in priorities going forward. Oh. Going through this pandemic has really caused people to take a deeper look at and assess their priorities. And I'm really and this is of course wonderful for me and my message. I'm really feeling a stronger shift from mere success to really looking for some significance.
I like it. Yeah. Yeah.
And that is always hopeful.
Absolutely. I like that. I do think that going through this has really changed a lot of our thinking. And I hope that most of our viewers, if you're watching this because you want to change, you want to grow, you want to build. And so every week we have people who in the business who are leaders giving us great ways to look at things and to change things and to do things a little differently and better. And I think this really has been a great time for that. What can we do different and better? And I like the word significance. What, we were talking about this. So what can we as entrepreneurs, business owners, what can we do right now to step forward and make that shift?
I believe it's a conscious decision. And in order to understand the conscious decision, if you will indulge me, I'd like to give you my take on what the difference is.
Absolutely.
See, most people are programmed to chase success.
Okay.
So, and regardless of the industry, success is about money and titles and positions and trophies and accolades and accomplishments. Success is inwardly focused. Success is about me.
Okay. Yeah.
Significance, on the other hand, is about we. Significance is outwardly focused. It has nothing whatsoever to do with how much money you make or what your title is or your perceived power. It's not about compensation packages and parking spots. Significance is about how many lives you touch and the manner in which you choose to impact them, because how we impact others is a choice. Significant leaders, and I want to be very clear, whether you have leader in your title or not, regardless of what your title is, you're a leader, or you should be.
Oh, yep.
Leadership is not about the position you hold, it's an inside job. So significant leaders are intentional about having a positive impact on others' lives and empowering others to build their own legacy of significance. And,
wow.
and once that catches on, it's like fire in a good way.
Yeah.
So it's a conscious choice. It's a conscious choice every day to take what I've learned. As we come out of this pandemic, the Colonel used to say, use what you've got and just show up, kid. Stumbling block or stepping stone, the choice is yours. It's up to you. What's it going to be? So there has been so much that has happened over the last year that could easily be construed as stumbling blocks. And I don't mean to make light of any of it.
Right.
But what if we could look at it differently? What if you could take just one of your stumbling blocks and turn it into a stepping stone? And how do you do that? You do that by taking the lessons that we've learned this year and putting it into practice to benefit others, to be of service. The Colonel used to say, all that you send into the lives of others, kiddo, comes back into your own. It is the great universal boomerang effect. So it's a conscious decision every day.
I really, I knew the second I met you, I went, I like this woman. She is like such a cool chick. And
thank you.
I absolutely, I love this. This is such a powerful message. And I hope people really take this to heart, because I love the idea of putting into somebody else's life. And it kind of goes along with my, you have the power of kindness, is putting that into their lives and see what changes can come from that. And I just love this, and significance is so important. And Lauren, I know you just published a white paper on the 9 essentials of significant leadership. So
I did.
Tell me about that.
So I've had the privilege of sitting at the feet of many significant leaders, in addition to my dad, because it has become my life's passion and purpose. So I've learned little bits and pieces from all of them. which over the last couple of years, I have condensed to what I consider to be those characteristics that are crucial. They are not negotiable for significant leaders. And they are my 9 essentials of significant leadership. And so I will go through them quickly.
Yeah, thank you.
And they do kind of come in an order. So number 1 is understand your own value.
Okay.
You have value as a human being because you exist and are therefore worthy of merit. Number 2 is treat all people with respect at all times. Now, it's really important that you understand I'm not asking anyone to respect all people. I've met people I don't respect at all. I choose to treat them with respect.
Yep.
It's the difference between respect for someone and respect to someone.
Okay.
So understand your own value, treat all people with respect. Number 3, act with integrity at all times. Do what's right because it's right every time, whether anyone is looking or not. Number 4, open your mind to new possibilities. Anyone who thinks they know everything doesn't know anything at all.
Yeah.
So open your mind to new possibilities. Number 5, craft a vision. Now, creating a vision in leadership seems like leadership 101, but significant leaders go a step further, and they look, in crafting the vision, they determine how that vision will benefit those they lead. They look at the why behind the what. So that was number 5. Number 6, communicate respectfully. And to me, the best way to communicate respectfully at all times is to keep in mind the three arms of our goal as communicators. First, all people feel safe and treated with respect in our presence. Safe, physically, intellectually, emotionally safe, and treated with respect in our presence, while we stand our own ground and we get our message across. I'm not willing to compromise on any of those 3. They have to come in that order. So all people feel safe and treated with respect in our presence while we stand our own ground and we get our message across.
Love it.
So number 6, communicate respectfully. Number 7, lead by example. The Colonel used to say there's only 3 ways to lead, kid. By example, and then I'd go, by example. He goes, that's right. Lead by example. Because I believe that the concept of rank having privileges doesn't exist in significant leadership. Leaders never cut to the front of the line. Leaders step by so that those they are serving get served first. Number 8, celebrate the results of others. If you celebrate the results of others, your results will be celebrated as well. Focus on celebrating the results of others. And number 9, work for your replacement. Dr. John C. Maxwell, an amazing significant leader, has always said that a leader's foremost responsibility is to replace themselves. Work for your replacement. No one is ever going to be here forever. So leave a replacement that will carry on the vision of significant leadership. So those are my 9 essentials of significant leadership. And that's a very 50,000 foot view of leadership. And many people think that those are too vague or too Pollyanna. My experience and my research has shown that the bottom line factors of reduced attrition and increased productivity and customer satisfaction and market share and profitability, all of those things will fall in place if you put a stronger emphasis on these 9 essentials of significant leadership.
Right, right. And I have to say, I love these. Every single one of them is, to me, spot on, absolutely spot on. And so you have these, which is there any 2 or 3 or all of them that they're all important? So how do you pick? Do you have a few that you feel are like the most important ones?
You're asking me a Sophie's Choice question. You know that.
Here I am.
Yeah. Number 1 and 2, understand your own value. Most arrogant people that I've ever met in my life, if you crack them open like an egg, down in the center, you're going to find a very small child with no self-esteem. And because they don't have that self-esteem to stand on, they protect themselves with layers of arrogance or abusiveness or trying to convince themselves that they're more important than everyone else. So understanding your own value is crucial. So that would be in my top. Right beside it is treating all people with respect.
Right.
You can, and they kind of go hand in hand, because you can't treat others with respect if you don't respect yourself. And at our core as human beings, we know that we're supposed to treat each other with respect. And when we don't, at some level, guilt creeps in. And guilt robs you of your self-esteem. So those two are just really, really hand in hand.
Yeah.
So I would put those at the top of my list.
Yeah.
And if you're going to give me, if you're going to give me 4,
give me 4.
Integrity is
Yep.
going to be number 3.
Yep.
Because the Colonel used to say it takes a lifetime to build up a reputation of credibility and 1 poop to tear it down. So the integrity, and then the 4th would be lead by example.
I like that. I like that.
So
absolutely. When I like the 4. It's so hard because I'm here, I scribbled really fast while you were giving them out, and I'm like going, how would I don't know if I could really, value. I agree, but they're all like so good. They're so good. And it's so funny when your last one, work for your replacement, and so many people are, what's the word I want, when they, we are all going to move on from whatever position we're in. Hopefully it's to retire after a successful, wonderful, significant career. And, you are sitting on a beach or sitting on a mountain, wherever you might want to be, and being happy and still giving to your community and the people around you. That would be great. Others are, they are moving because they have a new position to go to, or they're asked to leave. That does happen at times. Things happen in companies and businesses, and so many people think that this organization will not live without me, and you might be a critical part of that, but oftentimes, things do happen where you do have to move on, and helping your team and helping the person coming in, I think is really a big step. And I think it helps them, it helps you. And after you're gone, people say, that person really had integrity. The way they treated us, the way my dearly adopted son, Isam, he has a manager that came in above him, and he had to teach that guy a lot of the department essentials. And he was talking to me, and he goes, "Oh, it's so frustrating, because I have to teach my boss. It's so frustrating." I think lots of people have gone through that same situation. And I just told him, I said, always treat him with respect, offer to help, offer to answer his questions, and he'll see you as a leader. And it's,
what an amazing opportunity to be able to lead up.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And and it really, when he kind of started thinking about it, he said, oh yeah, well, yeah, I will be helping not just him, but the department. So duh. So yeah, it was just really, and it is frustrating. I feel bad for people getting that situation. You know, maybe you wanted that job. He actually didn't really want that position, but he was in this kind of weird spot of training this guy. And so I felt badly for him. But on the other hand, all you're doing is helping not just you, him, the department, and overall the company. So help help out where you can. I think is
I sincerely believe, as I said before, leadership is not a position, it's a life choice. It's a choice, and it's my the division of my company is called 365 Leadership. And that is because leadership is a daily endeavor. Significant leaders don't take a day off from being leaders. They may take a day off from working, they take vacations, we have a good time, but significant leadership is a daily endeavor.
right.
Yeah.
Right. I agree with that too. You can't just like, with me with, the power of kindness, you know, sure, there are times when I'm not perfect at it. I wish I weren't human, doggone it. But here I am. But I really do every day. I really work at that, at being kind to people, even when they're crabby at you. And a lot of these essentials that you have here, that all kind of goes along, and it gives me something to really think about and chew on as I try to do that. And I hope our viewers are thinking about these essentials and saying, I like that. So where can someone get this white paper?
It is available on my website.
Okay.
And or anyone could send me an email.
Okay.
And I'm happy to email it to them.
That's great. Wow, thank you. So what we'll do here is let me share my screen here and go here so folks know how to get a hold of you. Waha! Lauren Schieffer, and it's Lauren at laurenschieffer.com. Here's her phone number. She's graciously given us that. And here's her website. So please feel free to contact Lauren. Get this list of essentials. Lauren, I just think as leaders, we really need to concentrate on this and focus on how we're going to be leading in the future, because we're not done yet. We have so much more work to do.
Mm-hmm.
This is great.
I totally agree. I think that the hierarchical efficiency leadership model of the 20th century that leaked into the first 2 decades of the 21st century is not going to lead us out of our current situation, to a large extent because it's what got us here in the first place. Now, granted, it didn't create the pandemic. I'm not saying that at all. But a lot of the problems that have arisen and come to the surface during the pandemic are because of that efficiency hierarchical model. Significant leadership is what's going to take us forward. Understanding diversity and inclusion and understanding the different priorities of now a majority millennial workforce. I've been teaching this for so many years, and listening to people complain about the millennial generation. And every time I have said to them, we are not going to fit their square peg into our round hole. The whole has to change. Corporate America has to change to move forward. And I believe that this significant leadership model is the framework for that positive change moving forward. I really do.
Absolutely. I agree with you, and I hope our viewers agree also. So folks, we have we could be talking about, I wish we had time to talk about and chew on these 9 essentials. They've been so great. Time is up. What happened? Time just flies on these things. So Lauren, thank you so much. This has been so enlightening and so informational. And folks, I do hope that you reach out to Lauren, get some more information from her. This has been so wonderful. So Lauren, thank you so much. It's been wonderful. And again, thank you to your family too for serving with your dad. And I really love the Colonel. He's a pretty cool dude. And I know. So until next Tuesday, everybody, come back for another inspirational interview next Tuesday on Business Inspiration. And until then, thank you, Lauren. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.